Namaste students, today we are going to start with a new topic, that is contraceptive devices. So what are contraceptive methods? Contraceptive methods, that are those methods which are required for preventing the unwanted pregnancies. And what are the various methods? Like first one, that is the natural method. Natural method, it means that without any use of the contraceptive device, the pregnancy it can be prevented. Now next is barrier method. Barrier method, it means that it prevent the fusion of the sperm and ovum, means it is acting as a barrier between both the gametes. Now next is IUD. IUDs, that is intrauterine devices. Intrauterine devices, as from the name it is very clear that they are placed in the uterus region and they decreases the sperm motility as well as they prevent the implantation of the embryo. Now next is oral contraceptives. Oral contraceptives which are taken in the form of pills or tablets. Now, in the form of pills and tablets, when they are taken, then they prevent the ovulation and implantation process. Next, that are implants. Implants that are having the same combination of the progestogen and progestogen-estrogen combination, which are injected or they can be implanted under the skin. So they are also responsible for preventing the unwanted pregnancies. Now next, that are the surgical method, and all these methods that are reversible, but the surgical method, that this method, this is an irreversible method, or you can say it's a permanent method in which a particular region of the vas deferens and the fallopian tube that will be cut and then ligated again. So now let's discuss one by one all these methods in detail. So first method, that is the natural method, and it is also of three types. The first one, that is periodic abstinence, second one withdrawal or coitus interruptus, and third, that is lactational amenorrhea. So first one, that is periodic abstinence. So what is periodic abstinence? It means that during the ovulation, as ovulation it occurs during the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. So if the couples, they avoid the sexual intercourse between the 10th to 17th day of the menstrual cycle, at which the ovulation that is expected, because as the ovulation it occurs during the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. So it is expected that it can be occur between 10th to 17th day of the menstrual cycle. So if the couples, they avoid the sexual intercourse between these days, means from the 10th to the 17th day of the menstrual cycle, then the pregnancy it can be prevented. Means if suppose the fertilization will not be there, then the pregnancy will not be there. Now next, that is the withdrawal or the coitus interruptus. Now what is this withdrawal? Withdrawal means that if suppose the withdrawal of the penis by the male partner just before the ejaculation of the semen into the female reproductive tract during the sexual intercourse, then if suppose the semen it will not be introduced in the female reproductive tract through vagina, then the fertilization will not occur and then the embryo formation will not be there. Now next is lactational amenorrhea. It means that during the intense lactation, that is just after the delivery of the baby and around up to 6 months. Up to 6 months, intense period of lactation is there. So during that period of time, menstruation or ovulation it will not occur. So if the menstruation or the ovulation it will not occur during this particular period of time, so during the sexual intercourse, then what happens? The unwanted pregnancy will not be there. It will prevent pregnancy. But it is not a permanent method, means there is not 100% surety in all these methods of the natural methods. Now, next we will discuss about the barrier methods. So, what are barrier methods? Barrier methods are those methods which act as a barrier between both the two gametes. Now, what is the meaning of both the gametes here? It means the male gamete and the female gamete, means sperm and ovum. So, it acts as a barrier between sperm and ovum, means it prevents the fusion of the sperm and ovum. So, there are various kinds of the barrier methods like condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps and balls. Now, what are condoms? So, there are two kinds of the condoms that are used by the male and the female. So, male condoms and the female condoms. It used to cover the penis region of the male reproductive system and the female condoms, they cover the vagina of the female reproductive system during the sexual intercourse. In this manner, it helps in preventing the fusion of the sperm and ovum, and they are also responsible for preventing from the sexually transmitted diseases. Now next, that are the diaphragms, cervical caps and balls. Now these are used to cover the cervix region of the female reproductive system. Diaphragm, cervical caps and balls, they are reusable, but the condoms that are disposable, means once they are used, they can't be used again. And condoms, they are made up of thin rubber or latex, and they are made up of rubber. So they used to cover the cervix region. It means the entry of the sperm, it will be prevented. Now these methods, they show their higher contraceptive efficiency, higher contraceptive efficiency when they are used with spermicidal creams, jellies or foam. As the spermicidal, it means that it kills the sperms. So when these cream or jellies or foams that are applied over these devices, then the contraceptive efficiency of these contraceptive devices, it will be increased. Now next we will discuss about the IUDs. So there are three types of the IUDs, means intrauterine devices. The first one, that are the non-medicated IUDs. For example, Lipies, loop. Second, that are copper releasing IUDs, which release copper ions. For example, CUT, CU7, multi-load 375. Next, that are the hormone releasing IUDs, which releases hormones, and for example, Progestasert or LNG20. Now, what are the function of these intrauterine devices? Intrauterine devices that are placed in the uterus region by a trained nurse or doctor. And what are the function? The common function is that phagocytosis of sperm, okay, means the engulfment of the sperm and the killing of the sperm. So non-medicated IUDs, they are generally responsible for the phagocytosis of the sperm, and copper releasing IUDs which release the copper ions. So they help in decreasing the sperm motility. So they they suppress the sperm motility. It means that the fertilizing capacity of the sperm, it will be decreased. Now next is hormone releasing IUDs. So it helps in in preventing the implantation process in the uterus region, means as when the zygote it will be formed, the fusion of the sperm and the egg will be there, but still the implantation it will not be there for the further development of the embryo, and even it make the cervix means the region that is present between the uterus and the vagina region. So that cervix region it will become hostile to sperms. Hostile means, what is the meaning of hostile here? That unfriendly to sperms. So these are the functions of these intrauterine devices. So the next contraceptive device, that is oral contraceptives. Now what are oral contraceptives? By the name also it is very clear that it is taken up orally, okay, in the form of pills or tablets, and it is having progestogen or the combination of progestogen and estrogen, which are taken in the form of pills or tablets. And how it prevent pregnancy? Because it inhibit ovulation and implantation. It inhibit ovulation and implantation, and it even alter the quality of the mucus which is present in the cervix region. So it helps in preventing pregnancy, these tablets. Now some tablets, some oral pills that has to be taken daily, except those days at which means at when the menstruation it will be going on. Okay. Now one pill that is very effective, that is Saheli. So Saheli pill, it is very effective, and why it is very effective? Because it is having a high contraceptive value, and it can be taken once in a week. Not required to take daily. Okay, non-steroidal and easy to take. So that's why Saheli, it is having a very high contraceptive value, and it can be taken once in a week, and having non-steroidal. Non-steroidal means the steroids that are not present in that. Now one more pill is there, that is Provin. Provin, it can be taken after 72 hours of the sexual intercourse. At that time also it is effective. Like these pills that has to be taken daily or once in a week, but not after the sexual intercourse, these are effective. But Provin, if suppose it will be taken after 72 hours of the sexual intercourse, then also it is very effective. Now this tablet, it proved useful during the rape cases, okay, where the pregnancy that is unwanted. So it prevent the unwanted pregnancy in the rape cases, or if suppose any female if don't want the pregnancy and means if not remember to take the pills. So at that time the proven that is very effective. Now next we will discuss about the implants. Now what are implants? Implants that are also the combination of the progestogen or estrogen or singly the progestogen which are present in the pills. So same combination can be given in the form of injections, or it can be implanted just under the skin of the upper arm. Implanted under the skin of the upper arm. Okay. Next, that are the surgical methods. Now, what are surgical methods, which are also known as the irreversible method? So, surgical methods, these are of two types. First, that are vasectomy, and second, that are tubectomy. So, in case of vasectomy, the vas deferens, a cut that is produced in the vas deferens and then ligated again, and then ligated again. And similarly, in case of tubectomy, the cut that is produced in the fallopian tube, in fallopian tube. Okay, and then again it will be ligated. So it means that if suppose a cut that is created in the fallopian tube and then it will be ligated again, then the ovum it will not be able to enter, means the ovum it will not be able to enter in the further region of the fallopian tube where the fertilization process it will occur, means in the at the junction of the isthmus and the ampulla region. And similarly, in case of vasectomy, if the vas deferens, in the vas deferens if the cut it will be produced, then what will be happen, that the sperm it will not be able to enter in the female reproductive tract, means it will not be present in the semen region. Okay, so surgical methods, that are the irreversible methods. As everything they are having their own pros and cons, so similarly the contraceptive devices, as they help in preventing the unwanted pregnancy, but they are having some ill effects also, not in all cases, but they may cause the particular ill effects, the side effects like nausea, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding, or irregular menses, menstrual bleeding, or even breast cancer. So that's all about contraceptive devices.